Welcome back. Mario and Kelly Persico are back with us. 6 months ago, they underwent surgeries that removed 80% of their stomachs to treat obesity. We were right there with them on this journey as they made their way through the upcoming months, or the months that were still ahead of them. And here we are today. They're here joined by Dr. Michael Wetter. He's a psychologist with the Cedars-Sinai Weight Loss Center. Welcome to you all.
Welcome
It's
back.
good to see all of you, which is half of you almost, of where you were before. Let's look back at your journey. We take a minute and take a look at, this is you here on our show 6 months ago.
Wow.
And then, I know, look at the difference.
I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, and then, which was just 3 months ago.
3 months ago, yeah.
And then look at you guys here today with us.
Yeah.
Kelly, let's start with you in this journey and how you are doing.
I'm doing terrific. I'm down 6 pant sizes, no medications whatsoever, off all my diabetes medications, blood pressure, cholesterol. I take a lot of supplements and I'm feeling really good, getting a lot of exercise. And as I said, I finished my first half marathon, which
6 months ago, could you have imagined you doing a half marathon now?
No, not in a lifetime could I have imagined that. It was fantastic training for it. It was a great day. We had a wonderful time.
Well, now, but you had the surgery to remove partial of your stomach.
Right.
And now, what is it that you can eat now, or do you eat the same things, only smaller portions of?
I eat real healthy and very small portions. So just like when Lyndon was here with us last time, we do about 3 ounces of protein, mostly vegetables, very, very little anything else.
Let's go to Mario and get an update with you in the journey, because even though you're doing this together, it may be 2 different stories. You haven't run a marathon.
No, I haven't run a
marathon.
You know, the weight's great. The 120 pounds has come off so far. The medication's gone. I have a ways to go yet still, to be, So, but I think the most important thing is that I really genuinely do feel better. I didn't realize how I felt. Being off a lot of the medications, I think, is a big difference, being off all the blood pressure and all the other medications and the side effects. So, and exercising, finally getting around to exercising for the first real time in my life, consistently, and walking 2 or 3 miles a day, about 5 times a week, and, mostly at her.
Stairs now.
We go up and we do a parking structure thing, and we do up and down.
11 times.
Well, let's go to Dr. Wetter. Is that the toughest? What would you say is the toughest part about the weight loss journey that they're on?
The toughest part really is about managing expectations and being informed about expectations. When people first come in, they will very often sort of have this idea of what a certain weight will bring with it, a certain image. For example, I was, back in my 20s, I was 135 pounds, and now I weigh 270 pounds. And I'd love to get back to that 135, but now they're 50 years old. When you go back to 135 and you're in your 50s, it's not going to be the same image that you had back when you were in your 20s. And one of the things that we have to be very mindful of is the notion of body image, body distortion. Making sure that we are careful not to cross over into what can commonly be referred to as body dysmorphic disorder, which is in some ways the more extreme condition where people see a very distorted sense of self. They look at the mirror and they don't recognize who they are, what they see. It's not what is in line with reality.
Is that a trigger point, though, to get you to start eating again? You're not happy with the way you look, so then you start this destructive cycle all over again?
It can very much be a trigger of this sort of perpetual self-dissatisfaction. No matter what I see, no matter how I see myself, I'm never seeing what I want to see. And also to the point of, even when you're losing a lot of weight and when it's coming off, being dissatisfied with how it's coming off. The real key, think of it this way. This is a good way that I put it with a lot of my patients. Think of when you hear yourself on a recorded device, like an audio device, and you hear your voice and you say, is that what I really sound like? Is that me? Yeah. I couldn't possibly sound like that, and you don't want to hear it. Now apply that to your image. The real key is to get people to see themselves for what they are.
Okay. So explain to us, or take us through, if you will, an example of how you work with somebody when is it when they look into the mirror or when they see a picture of themselves? Or
absolutely, looking at themselves and being able to look at themselves concretely. In fact, Would you be willing to do that? Are you game for doing that? We can do that right now.
Would you do that? Would you mind?
Really?
All right.
Okay.
All right. Take us through. This will be interesting to see.
Good luck.
And by the way, does this happen with just people who are dealing with obesity, or is it anybody?
I think this is prevalent and common with many people.
With many. Okay.
Primarily with people who are struggling with weight and appearance issues.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, Kelly, what I'd like you to do is just to look over here, and let's see what comes up for you.
Okay.
There we are. When you look at the image, okay, what are you first drawn to?
I'm drawn to this area right in here
Okay.
that is just a chubby girl with really flabby arms,
Okay. Now, when
with a 50-year-old face and a lot of jiggles.
okay, so now let's start
I
with.
could go on and on. Let's just go on and on.
Now, the first thing you mentioned is just this mid
Yeah.
level right here. Okay.
Right,
All
right.
When you look at that area, take a look. Look at the screen. When you
Yeah.
look at that area, what are the thoughts that come to your mind?
How am I going to get rid of this? Will this ever go away? This is ugly.
Okay, so let's start with that. It's
Okay.
ugly.
It's ugly.
What else? What emotions comes about?
It makes me unhappy. It makes me unhappy
Why does it make you unhappy?
because I worked really hard. I've
Okay.
worked really hard and I continue to work really hard and I exercise every day and that's still there.
So does that in some ways feel like you haven't succeeded? By
Yeah,
looking at that area?
yes.
When you look at that area?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
And what you can't see are these really saggy legs under here.
Okay.
And
All right.
thank God you people cannot see these.
So tell me now, when you see yourself in full view, right there,
Yeah.
who is the person that you see?
I see someone who looks better than she did, but has a long way to go.
Okay.
Now, they say I have 20 pounds more to go to be ideal, but I don't see how this is going to go away in 20 pounds.
Well, like you mentioned before, when you look at that area, you see failure.
I do. I see.
Is it possible to bring up a picture that from? Okay. Now,
Love that girl.
Well, now what I would like for you to tell me is how one compared to the other is a failure.
Okay.
Where's the
Well,
failure?
you're right. You're right about that. That girl is very unhealthy. That 227-pound girl.
You're right.
She was diabetic on 3 medications. She was on high blood pressure medication, cholesterol.
So tell me how the woman who completed the marathon is a failure.
I guess I'm not a failure.
Oh,
I'm in progress.
No, you're not.
I'm just in progress.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
How's that?
I like that.
Does that work?
That's much better than
Okay.
failure.
Wonderful.
Thank
Come on,
you.
yeah,
Thank
come back.
Come back and sit. I noticed though when you got up to walk over there, I was looking at you and I said, "Wow, those pants are big on her." And you
Yeah.
look
Those are
really
my
thin.
size 12.
Okay, but you
Yeah.
look thin. That's what I was thinking, and I
you.
was shocked to hear you say what you said because I'm thinking she looks good,
Thank you so
and your
much.
pants are big on you. They're hanging.
And I
on
didn't
you.
see that. I saw, actually, when that image first came up, because I was talking to you sitting down,
Yeah.
I saw a shape.
Yeah, I saw a
That's the
beautiful
first thing
shape,
I
too.
saw.
Yeah.
So it's
I did,
interesting
too.
what
Can you guys come
we.
home with me?
Yeah, no, but it's interesting.
It's interesting what we
Coaching.
see in ourselves first
Yeah.
versus what others see in us.
Absolutely.
You know, and I guess that's the message.
Well, the message really is health. Okay, it is being healthy. Bariatric surgery and weight loss surgery, and exactly what the Prosecos have been through, it's not about the image per se. It's not a cosmetic procedure. It's about having a healthier lifestyle. It's about really being more capable of attending to the issues that come with weight. Okay, both medical, psychological. You know,
Okay, we want to
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you.
And Mario and Kelly, thank you. You're coming back. 'Cause
Coming
we're gonna
back.
still
We're gonna see you
follow you on
again.
your incredible journey.
Great.
More information waiting for you at Cedars-Sinai Weight Loss Program. You can go to cedarsinai.edu and you can research that. And yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank
You're
you so
up
much.
next.
All right, when we come back, I'm going to be throwing the perfect Route 66 travel-themed ladies' luncheon. We'll be right back after this.